Alize will be exhausted from her efforts, but you wouldn't think so to look at her now. If she is ready to press on, then so am I. We did it. We brought Gabu back, and if I have any say in the matter, he'll be the first of many. You may recall that in order to procure the ingredients for Angela, we had no choice but to surrender ourselves to the whims of the pixies. But I should have done so with far better grace had I known what we would go on to achieve. So I got caught up thinking, oh yeah, that's the point of Matoya's relic. Is like each of the 3 areas you go to is like another ingredient or whatever. Like master, like pupil. The trace of a wry smile is visible on Ystola's lips. As she will be at pains to remind me, I have not paid Master Matoya a visit since returning from the first, but this seems as good a time as any. Come, let us make for her cave. I'm trying to think, this might actually be my favorite dungeon. And I couldn't tell you exact, like, I don't think there's any one thing about it. It's just, it's a combination of many things. The music is kind of fun and whimsical. It just naturally kind of makes it more fun. I'm trying to remember. I know at least... Okay, it's not true of Paglethon, but it is true of Matoya's Relic, and it's true of Hero's Gauntlet. I think some others. What is it called? Dawn Meg. I have a feeling at least a few, if not quite a few, of the dungeons in Shadowbringers kind of switch scenery with every boss. And so it kind of keeps things fresh as you're going through it, which I think helps as well. Because all of the dungeons I can think of that I really like are ones that are like that. It has been some time since Master Matoya last saw Y'shtola. What a lot they will have to talk about. Do you remember? When last we came here, it was to find out why the others had collapsed. If someone had told me then that they'd been whisked away to another world, I would probably have laughed in their face. You live and learn, huh? Master Matoya is something of a legend among Archons. I very much look forward to meeting her, if not the dressing down I am liable to receive for my inept attempts at summoning you. Ooh, yeah, that's true. Because she helped us deal with that, and now she'll know that he's the cause of it. I take it you are ready to bear witness to the joyous reunion of master and pupil? Very well. I always like the music in here too.
Nary a word from you all this time, then you bring every man and his pirogo with you. Did no one teach you any manners, girl?
They were too busy teaching me etherology, Master. Jesting aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away, and for that, we owe you our lives. Thank you.
You were gone so long. I was starting to think you'd set your heart on staying.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds, and I would not have minded extending my stay by a handful of years.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First, befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the process. There she took on the name of Matoya and won the respect of all the children of the forest.
I merely adopted an alias in accordance with the custom of my hosts. Yours just happened to be the first name that came to mind.
You mean to tell me you went gallivanting about using my name and only bother to visit when you need a favor? And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
Indeed. And devoted pupil that I am, I could not fail to recall my master's sage advice. When the answer eludes you, look to the wisdom of your elders.
You there. Were you going to introduce yourself?
How remiss of me. Grahatia is my name, and I am proud to call myself a scion. I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies. It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Alag. Old Galaf used to speak of you, and Kryles told me all about your recent exploits. Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy. Whatever mess you've made, I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
You are too kind. I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. 'Tis an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
Well, that's more than enough pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day.
Just like, what the hell is that?
So that's the way of it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
So I just need to create porxes with the power to stir the soul. Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers, we'd collapse before we reached double figures. But if I could get a familiar to create the familiars, a mother porxie, as it were. Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
Matoya's moldy old hole. Oh. It gets me thinking, though. I mean, chances are they'll probably still have to deal with summonings even after Graha is long gone. Or, you know, the effect or whatever of the Allegan blood or whatever is faded. I mean, they're going to have to at some point figure out how to replicate what he's able to do. Otherwise, it'll go back to, well, you're tempered, we got to kill you. A Porksy that produces Porksy. What an inspired idea. By the way, Lavenza, do you think I misspoke earlier? I assure you it was not my intention to embarrass anyone. Just made a little discomfort. Moldy old hole. She really must miss the place. Where does she mean, do you think? Some manner of hidden workshop, perhaps? In case you've ever wondered, Alphino got his innocent streak from our mother, and it can be rather endearing, even useful in certain situations. But most of the time, it just makes me want to shake him. Poor Stola. Alright, off to my old workshop then. Everything required to make your familiar is there. That may be, but no one has set foot in there since the Exodus. I dread to imagine what has become of it. Oh, there's sure to be a handful of feral familiars and mayhap a monster or two, but nothing to trouble the likes of you. You can consider cleaning up the place payment for my work, or for my help. Fine, we'll do it. Good girl. Now, if there are no other objections, I suggest you run along to the Maker's Quarter. I'll send one of my pirogos ahead to let you into the workshop. You need only tell him who you are. One can't be too careful after all. Off you go. What are you still doing here? Off to the Maker's Quarter with you. I'll join you when I'm ready. Go on now. Shoo. Yeah, I just love the scenes with Matoya. And I love the relationship she has with Y'shtola. It's this kind of lovingly antagonistic type of thing. It's almost like they're always trying to like one up each other. Or well, but in different ways, because Matoya is always like responding in some grumpy way, and then Y'shtola has to find out, you know, some kind of you know, almost like nicely, like lovingly complimenting Matoya to kind of balance things out. It's fun though. I enjoy it. It's interesting too how they can just, you know, use old buildings that were just kind of set pieces and go, okay, this is a new dungeon now. Judging by the unruly state of the flora without, I think it's safe to assume there will be no shortage of unruly fauna within. Add to that the undisturbed secrets of the workshop, and we have the makings of an adventure. The workshop was an unforgiving place even before the Exodus, and I doubt the years of neglect have improved it. The grass could certainly do with a trim. As I may have mentioned, Alize and I were still very young when we departed with the Exodus. I envy Y'shtola for remembering the city as it once was. Greetings, Rivet, and welcome to my good mistress's relic. Puro Rogo is my name, and I am honored to be your guide. I was just wondering if that's... I mean, it could be, but it could also not be a play on Porco Rosso. Obviously, he's not a pig, but we are dealing with porksies. Within, you will find a space dedicated to the making of familiars, along with a cavern wherein the requisite ingredients may be had. I must warn you, however, that the place has not played host to a single soul, much less a broom, in over 15 years, and will, I regret, be in some disarray. But rest assured, my brothers and I shall see to it you do not lose your way. Now then, Ribbit, only say the word, and I will show you in. Are you ready, Ribbit? But give me the word, and I will show you in. So, Lavenza, shall I lead the van, or would you rather I follow up the rear? Whatever you prefer, I am happy to adapt. So come, let us go and make our mother Porksy. I was still a child when last I came here, but now I am rather more capable. Not that Master Matoya seems to have noticed. Mayhaps she will when I have cleaned up the mess she left. I'm no stranger to porksy making, as you know, and that must count for something. Though it has been a while since last I joined the fray, I have followed Alize's example and practiced whenever possible. My healing magics are ready as always. This is tough. I was going to hold, because obviously I want to take Graha, and obviously I want to take Y'shtola, and I'd heard Graha is actually really good as DPS. So it was like, okay, then Alphino will be healer. But then Alize is like, hey, I've got practice with this, which only makes sense. So I guess I'm going to leave Alfie behind.
I stand ever ready.
Right. To begin with, I need you to gather a few ingredients. Listen well to what the Porogos say, or you'll wish you had.
Y'shtola says, I never thought I would see this place again. Matoya, first things first, we need to harvest some clay. Grahatia says, we will be counting on your local knowledge. And then Puro Rogo says, the clay can be had at the Cauldron Ribbit. Through this portal, if you would. Earthy portal. Y'shtola says, what creatures have since taken up residence, I wonder? Alize says, whatever they are, we make short work of them. Please follow me, Ribbit, and put down any pests that bar the way. I just love the music. It's, I don't know, just fun. I think there's something that can be said about, like, the type of music, you know. I mean, whether it's, you know, like music made, you know, for the content like this is, or even just music you listen to and the type of mood it can put you in. I mean, it all makes sense, but like it makes me think back to, and I mentioned this before, how I would listen to more kind of chill music when I would PvP, you know, to kind of keep me kind of chill and focused. And then in this case, you know, this fun kind of whimsical music, I think just makes the run more enjoyable. Allow me to assist you with the gap, Ribbit. Find the gap.
Away with you!
I did not imagine the place would be so infested, Ribbit. And then here we are with Sunny. Sunny of Ziggy. At first I was like Son of Ziggy, but it's Sunny of Ziggy. Who we fought in Anti-Tower, right? Oh, what's nuts to think about is we are now in content that is, how would I put, well, it's just, it's in the expert roulette, which means it's about as, almost as current as it gets. Obviously the most current would be Paglethon, but it's just, we've done a lot of dungeons that are, could not be further from expert roulette. The clay is just across the way, but you'll need to deal with the Mudman first, Ribbit. Gratia says, is that supposed to be a golem? Very ugly one. Aye, this is what happens when you neglect to tidy up. Clean your rooms. And of course, I pop it as soon as he's doing a... an AoE. An avoidable AoE at that.
Stubborn.
And of course this now means... oh no! I was almost convinced that the open hole wasn't going to be behind me.
You underestimate me!
It's going to be interesting to see what our numbers are like after the stat squish. I mean, they've said it's going to be, I think, like about 20%. Yeah, that missed. Oh, because the AoE. Does that work? Yeah, it does. Okay. Oh, and they killed it anyway. Ratia says, yes, excellent work, everyone. Yustola says, if I didn't know better, I would say you were having fun. And then Puro says, now we have our clay, Rivet. Let us return to the interstice? Interstice? Weird words that nobody ever uses. Digging deep into that dictionary. Next, we need to get the water flowing again. Yustola says, so what's next? Water? Alice says, that's right. Water to work the clay. And Murorogo, the damp. It will be my pleasure to show you to the Clear Note Cauldron. Rivet, please use this portal. Stola says, how often did I come here to fetch water for Master Matoya's tea? And Muro says, for your own safety, I ask that you keep close to me, Rivet. Probably could have stunned that, but oh well. Please wait while I move the lip, Ribbit. I don't recall which boss it is that drops the minion. I assume it's the last boss. It's always the last boss, I think. But I don't think I have that minion. So it'd be pretty cool if it dropped in here, so I don't have to compete against anybody for it.
Just the beginning. Stubborn.
The little spring yonder ought to put a spring in your step, Ribbit.
You underestimate me!
Another lift, Ribbit. Just a moment. I remember being, I think, pretty lost as far as mechanics the first time with this one. I sense a mischievous presence, Ribbit. Please take care. Shola says, oh gods, it's still here. Story time, maybe? Probably after we kill it. Tee hee hee. Let's play, let's play. Water, water, become spears. Things of flesh and bone to pierce. Water, water, flow so swift, wash away and set adrift. It actually took me a lot longer than it should have to figure out that tank buster. Ahaha, such fun. More water. We need more water. That tank buster you know, that has the 4 shards come in, anybody in the path of those 4 shards will get hit. It took embarrassingly long for me to figure that out. No, all my water is gone, but I can't lose. I won't. And then I didn't know this mechanic. I didn't know you had to get to the closest spout. I think I just stayed avoiding them. Why won't you get hit? Crash and smash.
Stubborn.
It's interesting, the little voice lines they do. They voice. Well, yeah, the voice lines they voice, but the little voice lines they do. And I wonder what makes them choose the ones that they do. I was like, come on, we can kill this before, but... alright, I give up. You win. Nothing is so bothersome as a familiar made by an untrained hand. The water is flowing again, Ribbit. Let us head back. So now we know who made that familiar. Last but not least, we need to fire up the kiln. Alize says, ugh, I'm freezing in my sodden clothes. Y'shtola says, worry not, you'll be warm again soon. Very warm. And then Burrow Rogo the Tepid. Step right through, Ribbit, and I will guide you safely to the kiln fire cauldron. This kind of feels like, you know, an attraction at Disneyland or something. Guahatia says, good heavens, is the magma rainbow colored? Spectacular. Stola says, the product of dissolved crystals, lest you wonder. And Bro Rogo, off we go, Ribbit. Please try not to fall behind. Yeah, even in a place that just looks like just molten lava everywhere, it's like, oh, let's make it rainbow colored. Again, kind of leading to the whole Disney feel. Very child friendly. Although, I mean, technically this place certainly is not child friendly. What the ribbit? And these guys bust my bubble, as it were. No, because they do too much, like targeted AoE or whatever. Or avoidable AoE, I guess you could say. I guess if I stood in it, it could break my blackest night, but... Finally remembering the stun. A little magma can't stop us, Ribbit. Ribbit. It's that big brute again. Oh, that's not going to pop on this view. Oh well, at least it prevents me from taking damage for however long it lasts. What is it? 7 seconds. I even stood in the AoE and it still didn't break my blackest night. Too strong. Too strong. Ugh, honestly, smite this fiend once and for all, Ribbit. What a fiery battle that was. I don't mean the magma. What does it say? Oh yeah, your destination awaits. Graha says, and now the kiln should be lit. That takes care of the kiln, Ribbit. Yashola says, aye. Let us return to Master Matoya. Alright, it's time to bake ourselves a porksy. Oh, is that it? I never actually...
Right then. Let's get this over with. Newborns are wont to be difficult. Sure, who's in charge?
Porcine porcelain. Mother Porksy. Okay, yeah, so it had like a clay Porksy that looked much better than Alize's on this slab. But now we must fight it. Ali says, regal raiment, really? Don't show any fear, they can smell it. Sola says, garb aside, I respect the creature will be anything but regal. Alright, let's see how well you handle the big girl.
I will not hold back.
Oh, okay, it's about to get turbulent here. Take care you don't get sucked in. That's the one. I always expect it now kind of as the first ability they use, but sometimes not. She's hidden herself. Find her quickly and you'll be in for a world of pain. I've never tried just using arm's length in here. Does that work?
This is going to leave a mark.
You know, because sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Just the beginning.
I don't know if arm's length wore off there. All right. No minion.
There we are. Quite tame.
Then all that remains is for me to imbue her with the magic. My friends, I'm afraid I must trouble you for your ether once more.
Okay, so this is he's doing a one-time thing, imbuing the magic into the mother porksy, and then at that point the mother, assuming nothing happens to the mother porksy, it can just keep reproducing the necessary magic. It should have to be like even more magic for the mother porksy.
That should suffice.
Good. Let's set her to work then, shall we? I want to see some porksies. Assuming that is, someone can spare the requisite energy.
I
A
want
mere drop in the ocean for the great sorceress Matoya, I dare say.
I want to see her just like do some kind of amazing magic. Because we haven't really seen her do anything.
Excellent. Our very own litter of Angelos. And we can make as many more as we want, simply by providing the mother porksy with additional ether.
I will require a moment before I try again.
It's still hard work, but a damn sight more efficient than making them one by one. Thank you, Master Matoya. Everyone, we're a step closer to our goal.
Distributed amongst the allied nations, they should do much to facilitate closer dialogue with the beast tribes. And given their present travails, I believe our friends in Limsa Laminsa should be the first beneficiaries.
Agreed. Though I must leave this errand to you. I doubt my legs will carry me out of the cave, much less to Vilbrand. Thank you for taking the lead in gathering the ingredients. I expect you would benefit from a rest too.
No rest for the righteous, though.
In addition to the porksies, I trust you've gained an inkling of how much effort goes into the creation of familiars. Or mayhap you attribute your struggles to old age.
If I said yes, would it persuade you to treat me like an adult?
Not with that pertness, it wouldn't. Anyway, assuming you have no other favors to ask, I shall be leaving.
I hope Matoya just does something just like unfathomably awesome in Endwalker. She just comes out and just, you know, just does something like super awesome. I don't know. Forgive me if this is a silly question, but of all creatures real and imagined, why choose a flying pig? Not that I dislike pigs, mind you. Given it was her first time making a porksy, Master Matoya did a fine job. Though she did have Angelo for inspiration. Lest you wonder, Master Matoya has returned to her cave with Y'shtola. They are as peas in a pod, are they not? Thank you for watching this video. Tonight's stream was really good. Unexpectedly good. I don't know why it was unexpected, but I guess just because it wasn't like a 0.3 patch, really. Usually those are not quite as exciting, and I don't know, but I really enjoyed tonight's patch. I think part of it was doing Matoya's Relic. It's one of my favorite dungeons. I just love Matoya in general. Every time she's on screen, I have a good time. And then going on to the Limsa stuff and with the Beast Tribes and Merlwyb and the pirates and all of that stuff. Being somebody that came from Limsa, and it just, everything feels like it's full circle, and it was just done so well. And I really enjoyed the story tonight. And we actually finished, we got one quest left in 5.4, and then we'll be moving on to 5.5 and the end of what's current in the MSQ. So it's just really good, and it's crazy to think that it's almost over. So if you've enjoyed this as much as I have, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to come join me live for whatever it is I'm up to, by the time this stuff is released, the link to my Twitch is in the description down below. Thank you again for watching, and have a good one.